Hey, this is Ethan at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rhino-Rack Nautic saddle style roof rack carrier for your kayak or your paddleboard on our 2021 Ford Bronco Sport. This style of carrier is going to be great for, like I mentioned, a longer kayak or a larger stand-up paddleboard, because you do have the ability to load it yourself with these pivoting cradles that we'll get into once we get the actual kayak removed. First thing we need to do to get the kayak removed is to get all our straps taken off. There are 4 straps included, including the bow and stern straps. To get those removed, we'll start by undoing this hook and loop strap that we're using for our excess, pulling the rest of the strap out. We'll undo our strap from our anchor point, and we can open the hatch from this point. As you can see, if we let it up the full way, it's very, very close. It might actually make a little bit of contact with our kayak at the very top, but we need to open the hatch in order to get these anchors out. The anchors are not included with the straps, but we do sell multiple varieties of these here at eTrailer. To get our bow strap removed, we do have to open our hood, which we've already done. Pull this anchor out, and then it's basically the same process as we did with the stern strap. We'll just get rid of this excess and pull it through our cam or our buckle. To get our central straps off, it's just about the same process as before, starting with undoing this hook and loop strap to get the excess out. Now's a good time to point that the buckles themselves do have a rubberized protectant layer, which is going to keep this metal from making contact with your kayak. Otherwise, we just pull the strap through, get it out from under our crossbars, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. One of the benefits of this saddle style carrier is the ability to load and unload larger kayaks and paddleboards from the side, because these cradles do pivot. As you see, as I tilt this kayak towards me, the cradles move with the kayak, supporting it the whole way as it moves. Using that cradle is going to be very important to getting this kayak off, because I will need it to be supported as I move it towards me, and grab this other end and bring it down. Now that the kayak is off, we take a closer look at the cradles themselves. As I mentioned, they do pivot, and they have this nice rubberized sole on it, which flexes to accommodate different kayak sizes, and the rubberized material is going to keep your kayak from moving around too much. It's also going to protect it from scratches. The clamps are fairly universal. They're working here with our arrow bars. In our case, we have them on the very side, not only to help with loading and unloading, but when we had the kayak fully loaded up, it could have made contact with our antenna if we had it in the middle. So the fact that we could get these on this side is a nice feature. Additionally, they do have security Allen keyed bolts, so you do have to have a special tool in order to get the clamps on and off, keeping the actual clamps secured to your crossbars. Now these cradles you do have 4 of them, so you're going to have a little bit more on your crossbars than if you just had 2 J-style hooks, but they are lower in size. As far as how much height you're going to add onto your crossbar, it's about 5.5 inches for each of these, and they do have some gaps in them, so as you're driving, there's a good chance you're going to get a little bit of whistling or some wind noise. It's going to be hard to avoid pretty much regardless of what you put on your crossbars though. If you are trying to get a larger paddle boat or a larger kayak wherever you need it to go, these are going to be a solid option for you. These cradles pivot to help you load and unload, and they support different widths. That being said, if you may be just transporting a kayak and you want to save some extra space in your crossbars, look into a J-style kayak carrier. Most of them are going to take up a lot less room, and they fold down to save space when you're driving. That being said, I think that the Rhino-Rack Nautic saddle style carrier for your kayak or your paddleboard is a really nice option and a solid fit on our 2021 Ford Bronco Sport.